Hello from me, Lazar Hristov. We continue with the next lesson from the HTML course. We are currently on Chapter 17, Embedding Multimedia Files in HTML. Under multimedia files there are considering images, graphics, video files. They are external files for HTML document, and to be used by it, must first be embedded or inserted. For this purpose they use several relics. The HTML element. And we have already looked at the img element, we will not dwell on it now. So we'll look at the rest. While browsers from the first versions had support for images, it for audio and video embedding has been additional ones need to be added, modules, or so-called plugins. Plugins from English provide the necessary browser functionality to work with audio and video files but are not part of it and are separate program components, for example Flash. Before we look adding audio and video, let's briefly get acquainted with the concept of codec and multimedia formats. Codec is an abbreviation by encoder decoder or compressor decompressor. This is a specialized program, which serves to process the digital audio and video data to be able to be sent and received by internet, as for this purpose first convert them and compresses. This compression is necessary, because data, especially video, if they are not compressed, they take up a lot disk space. Even 2 or 3 a minute of video takes up several gigabytes. The recipient of the data must have the same codec to be able to be converted and decompressed back to sound and video. Depending on the license method there are 2 types of codecs, closed source and open source. And therefore it turns out that not all browsers use the same codecs. Examples are Microsoft and Google developed and patented their own codecs and use them. And Mozilla and Opera browsers use other codecs, open source. Additionally, codecs can be for both audio and video. Here are some popular ones: multimedia formats. After the audio and video files are encoded and compressed, they are encapsulated and packed for delivery in certain format from several possible ones. These multimedia formats serve as containers in which the data are transported, so the browser must be able to read these formats and then decode the data in them. And sometimes the concepts codec and format are used in same meaning, especially when for format the same codec is used. For example, MP3 format uses this codec. But there are other options. Here are some of the popular ones: multimedia formats for audio. Here's a video. The embed element has an interesting history, developed and is also used in the Netscape browser. But as this was a period in which a fierce competition between browsers has begun, its analog was developed, object, and after that, although it was used massive, not part of the HTML4 specification, and there the use is recommended on object. In HTML5 embed again returns as a new item, though and with slightly different wording, defines an external application container, or interactive content, plugin. The main elements of this attribute are address, type, width, and height of the container. Here we give an example syntax. Here are the possible media types. You may also see them in lists of these addresses. We will not dwell on them now. The object element specifies an object for embedding in an HTML document and can be used to embed audio, video, images, PDF, Java applets and other HTML page. The object elements can be put into each other. Most of the attributes are not supported in HTML5, they are supported just a few, data, which specifies the URL of the file to be embedded in the document, type, width, height, and name. The param element is an element that can only be used with the object element, serves to set additional parameters of the object. Its main attributes are name and value. Here I have given an example, but there is none. Now let's dwell on this example. And we will look at an example that is much more interesting. Here, embed a YouTube video in an HTML page. We're going to build a beautiful one. Orthodox song Pure Virgin, 4. The Holy Mother of God is mentioned in it. It was written by Saint Nectarius of Aegis. For this we find the video on YouTube, we go to the Bulgarian page Patriarchy, after that we open the video by clicking right-click on it, and from the pop-up menu we choose the option to copy to embed code and then paste the code in the text editor. This code is as follows. From it we copy only the part which contains the address. And we use it in the embed and object elements. All the code in the editor will be as follows. I'm just showing it both ways. We will see this in the browser. Here it is now. If I start, we will be able to see this video. And now I will move forward a little, because there are about 29 seconds, until the song starts, Pure Virgin Mistress Not Blaze.
Chistaya Devo,
So now I will stop this video and you will be able to listen when you want. I will leave a link in the description to the clip. New elements for audio and video in HTML5. There are quite a few new ones added in HTML5 items, but still do not have 100% support from all browsers, so you can require you to use one of the front one's embedding elements. The audio element is used for adding sound files. Currently supports 3 audio format, but only MP3 is supported by all leading browsers. So, those are his attributes, but he doesn't. Let's dwell on them. I have also given an example, you can view it in the PDF file. The next element is the video element, which is used to add video files. Currently supports 3 formats, but only MP4 SE supported by all leading browsers. The video element contains the same attributes such as the audio element plus 3 others. Here are those other attributes, you can look at them in detail. Here is a code example. The source element specifies several media resources for audio and video files, adds additional alternative audio/video files that the browser depends on from codec support, media type, and others. It will select the most suitable one. The source element is used being inserted in audio/video the elements. Its main attributes are src, source, and type. For supported audio files, use the following MIME types. For the supported video files, the following. Here is a code example. The element track defines the text tracks with audio and video files. These paths are used for subtitles, for titles, and for other text files, which should be visible during playing the audio/video file. The track element is used by nesting in the audio/video elements. Its main attributes are src, source, kind, which specifies the type of the text path, and others, which you can view in the PDF file. Here is an example with it. That's all for this tutorial. Best regards.